is rapper Lil Pump, aka Esquete, aka Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, falling off. We're gonna talk about it right after this intro. Let's get into it.
Mama had me when she was only 15. Daddy got killed when I was only 4. Grew up in the hood, had to get it out the mud. Had to pick up the sack, I ain't wanna be broke. All my homeboys either dead in jail. Looking back, I had to go hard, I ain't wanna fail. Now I'm on a plane on my way to do a show.
Yo, what's good? My name is Trey Little, rapper, vlogger, TikToker, influencer, all that stuff from Detroit, Michigan, where I do these videos talking about artists, reaction vlogs, and all that stuff. So what I need y'all to do before we get started is like this video. That helps more people see it. And I need you to subscribe as well, just to stay in tune with what we got going on here. I do music full time and I break down these subjects. So let me know in the comments what else you want me to talk about and all that stuff. And I'm going to talk about it, right? And also do artist advice. But we're going to talk about Lil Pump. So Lil Pump originally blew up, I think it was like 2017 with Gucci Gang. He blew up around the same time as, like, you know, X and all the other artists from the freshman list, you know, Smoke Perp and all that. I think Denzel Curry, they all came from that wave of SoundCloud rap when it went from underground to mainstream. And he blew up with his song Gucci Gang. And after that, he went from being the underground Lil Pump that was getting traction that people loved to being, you know, this superstar. And then that's when the drugs came in. That's when the trolling came in. And a lot of these artists started rising up around this time, you know, people like Boom Gang. And then Tekashi came right after that. So there was this whole wave of artists trolling to get on. And a lot of people seen it as like it wasn't fair because they were just blowing up from, you know, sliding down the aisle and like Chick-fil-A with their shirt off on a milkshake, you know, slide and all that kind of stuff.
I hit 1 million followers on Instagram. Boom Gang, a whole lot of motherfucking gangs. You know what I'm saying? I hit 1 million followers. They ain't doing it like me. Woo! 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 1 million followers. 1 million followers. 1 million followers. They ain't doing it like me, you know what I'm saying? I hit 1 million followers. And hood slip and slide with it. Woo! I hit 1 million followers. Yeah! They ain't doing it. They ain't doing it like me. 1 million followers. Boom Gang. Woo! Woo! Oh.
Getting attention from that or stealing, and you even seen people like SO Fatboy, however you say his name. And a lot of these dudes were blowing up from trolling and stuff like that. And Lil Pump started using that same technique. And that's when it became less about the music and more about him attention grabbing and being a comedian and stuff like that. So basically, he's selling albums, he's touring, it's getting big. You know, you see him and No Jumper doing vlogs where he's doing little shows and stuff like that. And then you see the attention climbing and climbing and climbing. And then eventually, you know, what happens with these rappers who are trolling and stuff like that, you get fatigued with it. You get fatigued with seeing the same thing over and over again. Okay, like, how many times can you know, shoot a gun out a window? How many times can you jump off a balcony into a pool? How much can you do? And then I think specifically when 6ix9ine and, you know, that whole thing went down where he went to jail for it, it was almost like, what can you do after that? Like, how can you top 6ix9ine by faking, you know, being in the drug ring and stuff like that, and then eventually, like, going down? You know, it's like people got tired of it, and it's like, okay, you know, we're not really here for the music. He had millions on millions, I think over 10 million followers on Instagram, but eventually couldn't even sell that much in his albums. I think he couldn't even sell a quarter of that in albums because people were just following him just to watch him troll and throw his life away, which was sad. So recently, he dropped the Harvard Dropout, you know, not recently, but his second album, and he couldn't even sell as many albums as he used to. And that's when people started saying that he was on a decline, and then all these blogs and internet, you know, rap news companies and all that started talking about he was falling off, headlines everywhere popping up. And then basically he started developing like this hate, and then he had the racial statement that he made about Yao Ming and his music, and then you got people like China Mac, and you got all these people coming at him because of that, you know. So you just see a lot of stuff happening, and then he goes and, you know, where a person start walking around, you know, attention grabbing. Like, I feel like he did that for attention because you never really seen him do that, and then people started talking about it. It worked, and then you see him paint his nails and then his toenails. Now he's starting to paint your toenails challenge, and I'm not saying, you know, he shouldn't do this stuff or whatever. All I'm saying is that it seemed like he's, you know, fighting for that attention and trying to do anything he can to like save his career and save himself from being forgotten about. He even got on TikTok and then started, you know, posting videos on there. So TikTok is an amazing way to blow up. And, you know, if you use it right, you know, you can go from average person to celebrity in a week. You know, I've seen that with the homie Curtis Roach here in Detroit, or like people like Lizzo from Michigan as well. There's so many people blowing up, you know, from that. But he got on there, which was a good move. But then, you know, he started shaving his eyebrows, and then he premiered a song or previewed a song called Go. That was like a punk rock rap song. And people were saying he ripped off X and trying to sound like X, and also ripped off another dude in Philadelphia that made another song called Go. So it seemed like he's doing everything in the desperate measures. And this is what happens when, you know, you blow up like that. So an artist blow up fairly quick and only been rapping for a few years, and then, you know, he's been rapping for a while, but a lot of these rappers don't really put in the day-to-day grind, building up a strong catalog, you know, touring, putting in the work, and then they blow up or go viral from something. Then they start trolling and attention grabbing. You see that with so many artists and entertainers, and then they get one big viral moment and they can't top that because they didn't have the foundation and the infrastructure. So here's what I recommend for up-and-coming artists. Work hard every single day. Put out content on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you can. I'm doing it all, right? And then slowly build. You know, build your own team. Make music. Build a home studio for a couple $100. Put music on Spotify. Release a song every month and slowly build. Go do free open mic shows. Go do meetups. Go to other people's shows and build up from 5 to 10 years slow. And I guarantee you it will be satisfying. It won't be, oh, I'm nothing until I blow up. But it'll be, you know, you'll do a show with 20 people, then 100 people, then 150, then keep building up. And every step of the way is satisfying. And then once you get to a point, you can negotiate your own record deal and then get more push. And then you can get more exposure. People like, Chance the Rapper, people like Russ, people like DDG, all these guys are doing that, where you grind slow and you build your own buzz and own fan base. So no matter what, even if you peak and then you never make it on the radio again, you're still going to have a diehard fan base. And I seen that with my homie John Bellion. So I've been a huge fan of him before he blew up. And then all of a sudden, you know, his song All Time Low went on the radio, and all his fans around the world was just so excited. I was excited. And then I've never seen him get a #1 again. I've never seen him on radio, but he's packing out huge shows. Another example, NF. I met NF. I know his producer, all that kind of stuff, but NF is another perfect example. NF was grinding. We did some festivals, all that stuff, ran into him and all that. And he's been grinding, building his fan base, loving every step of it. And then boom, massive fan base that made him beat Chance the Rapper for #1 spot last year, 2019, on the Billboard charts. And this dude is packing out stadiums. If NF never drop an album in a year, or, you know, never get on Billboard again, he's going to have a diehard fan base for the rest of his life, because he slowly built his stuff up, focused on the music, connected with his fans through deep and emotional music. And that's who he is. So all that to say, the best thing to do is be patient, grind slow, don't get a handout, and work on the music and build a deep connection with fans. Trolling and doing all that wild stuff that's not you isn't a deep connection. So I hope he can come back. I hope he can drop something big that brings him back. Because, I mean, I like Lil Pump's personality. He seemed like a cool kid. I would love to meet him one day, work with him. Or also, maybe he can leverage TikTok to get some stuff trending, which is the best way to pop on TikTok. For those who don't know, I'm almost at 600,000. That's boosted all my numbers. I had like barely any online following before TikTok. So TikTok helped me a lot. So I'm seeing it happen with a lot of other people. So I'm sure it's going to happen with him if he put the work in, you know. So make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all want me to talk about next. And do y'all think Lil Pump is falling off, or do y'all think he's going to make a comeback? Let's get it.
Now that we're up, there's no need to come down.